guys were talking about the texture coat, and we mix it up in the Ryobi mixer, and then we pour it through a screen. It's really watery, more so than we're putting on thicker coats, so this will go through the hopper. And so Daniel's working that through. We're doing a bag and a half, 80-pound bags. So they've been screened through the cordon screen. We have our fog coats ready to go, which aren't fogs per se, but that's fast set mortar mix, which is a wonderful cream color. That is base coat stucco, so it's just base, it's white. Brick red, that is fog coat left over from stucco bag I got way back in the day. And this is just Portland cement, so you can get that, throw that on the project, the texture coat, and you have these black little splotches, which are awesome. So here's the hopper, as you guys have seen in other videos, and we are gonna show that, but we did the front part over there underneath. Now we're gonna start working our way around and tie it into the rail rock up there that you guys can see. So we're working our way towards the texture coat, so we'll show you that here in just a second. All right, Mr. Dave here in sunny Southern California on a beautiful summer day where it's very nice here at the beach. It's blistering hot at our house up in Alpine, 100 I think almost, but we are here putting texture coat on, and we want to talk about how we do that. And so I showed you the other video of mixing it in the mixer and then pouring it through a screen into 5-gallon buckets, and we have done that and brought the bucket over here. I filled up the hopper right here, so we're going to begin to spray. Come on in here, Daniel. I want to show the viewer something. When you set up your hopper, you can buy this flex hose with a valve. My old hopper had a valve right here, and it was kind of it's brittle. If you bang it too hard, it can break. But this allows you to have the ability to put your hopper down, kind of rest it. I can also fill it up by myself if I'm careful. And so it's great to have this steel flex hose, which was right in the same area as all the compressor and compressor hose, all the accessories that go with blowing either paint and or hopper. And this again, we're going from a drywall hopper to the use of this very creamy mix. You kind of see how watery it is right there. And so that's going to hopefully go right through. It looks good, and so we will blow it on, and that's all it is. It's very simple, very fast. We covered a lot of ground doing it this way. So we are going to cover this little area right here, and part of the goal is to not fall in the pool and kill yourself. So I'll walk over here and kind of get stable and work my way up. If the wind's blowing, you can do without a mask, but the air isn't blowing that much, so I will actually behave and wear a mask. I want to build up this corner here a little bit because the real rocks we're using in this project are very sharp. So I'm blowing it this way to get this edge built up so I can get a sharp angle there. All this stuff you simply rinse off and sponge off once you get your coat put on. Very fast way to do it. You can see how runny it is, but that works well to get through the hopper. It's only fed by gravity. Build up the edges a little bit. Now you can see how the hopper fills in all the popcorny little holes and pits, but there's enough of those pits to reveal a little bit of a texture or leave a texture, which is really, really super cool. So it's a warm day here in the sun a little bit, and so all this stuff is starting to firm up a little bit. As you work your way across an area, then you can come back and build it up again. So you can get an inch thickness as you work it in phases, and you load it up more to give yourself more room
add more cracks, because again, these rocks are very sharp and have corners on them, so to speak. All right, so that's excellent. We got through a pretty full hopper just now, probably up to here. And you can see how fast it's kind of shot right through. And so that's starting to cook right now. And so we'll load up more of the material into the hopper and keep blowing it onto this feature, trying to get some corners. So as that gets firm, I'm gonna come back and lay a little bit more in there to try to get some sharper edges that match more of the natural stone that this project has mixed in with it, which is so cool to mix real with the artificial. The real rocks give you exact perfect guidance onto what rocks look like because they're real. So, all right, so that's the texture coat. It's simple, it's fast. You can't do as much as some of the other techniques where they get really thick mortar material, rock texture coating, you might say, where you can put big giant cracks in. And that's great. I try to do a lot of those larger cracks. This is a job by someone else, but I try to put all the bigger details in either concrete or a concrete and spec mix or mortar mix to just then blow over with this. So this is a skin approach, sort of a skin technique to get you a texture coat. But the bigger cracks and details, you want to execute those in other steps in the process prior to this. Concrete, again, for really big changes, you want to change this whole plane and pitch it up. A bag or two of concrete, boom, fast, easy, done. And always have that acrylic in. This batch also includes at least a half a gallon or more for 80 pounds plus 40 pounds about of material, 120 pounds of the pump grade Quickcrete product, which is really great. It's got the fines, much less small little cracks you get, shrink cracks and that kind of thing. So it's an excellent product. But I've done a lot of jobs with just the spec mix. It's just a product from Home Depot. It's a mortar mix. Most mortars, I think, would probably execute this kind of a step quite well. The key is the little gravel and grit that sometimes is in mortar mixes based on the manufacturer. They can clog this little tiny tip a little bit, but this product just blows right through generally, even with having the fiberglass fibers. So absolutely amazing product. So we're going to continue the process and we'll show you what kind of effects we get after we're done. All right, we continued on spraying our mortar mix. Again, that great pump grade stuff that we use. And one of the things you want to do after you throw on your color, again, these are just basic products you can get. They're not really specialty items. The base coat, the white, the brick red is a little fog coat thing. That's from the stucco world, and those are 50-pound bags. You have to order them though. And so we're just using that base coat white. But the thing you got to remember is once you put that on there, I come back and I just really moisten it up good. The cream color is actually a polymer blend. I think it's for joints, mortar joints. And it was just sitting here, so I'm trying an experiment. That kind of cool cream color I'm spraying right now. And it is some product that gets hard. It looks like what's between the flagstone that has been set on this job around the deck areas, and maybe even it's what they use between the beautiful stones they have. Point the camera where you're spraying, Dave, sorry. And it's a nice color. It's actually, part of the color theme of this whole job. So again, this is a bag and a half, and now my pump sprayer's running out of juice here, that got all the way over to this quarter, maybe third of this whole project around the back. So you want to spray it to set it, to get it to set into your mortar mix. And I'm going to take lunch now. I don't know if I can do this over here. Ooh. That doesn't make you seasick. All right. Got to pump your sprayer to get it to spray. So again, you're wetting down all the colored cementitious products you put on your mortar coat, and this is integral color. It's not on top like paint. It actually is a cementitious thing, so it does firm up and get hard as it dries out, just like the texture coat itself. So keep pointing the camera in the right place. Okay, so anyway, just want to let you guys know, make sure you mist all your color to get it integral into the thing. All right, all right.